Okay, so what's going on here? I think I know, because we've gotten all the hints already. Supposedly. Let me explain. But first, shout out to Liam, or Comic Nerd 101. Me and him were having a conversation about the absolute Joker, and I was brainstorming ideas and insults, and the idea came to mind. So go follow Liam, help him get to 1,000 followers on here, help him get past his original count of 5k, and that would be great. Anyway, back to this. Because if you don't know, Joker and Bane are intrinsically working together for the intended purpose of dealing with Batman. Bane's going through a more meticulous way of doing it, mentally crushing the man, putting all of his friends through absolutely horrible experiments, just for the end to turn Batman into the ultimate weapon for both Bane and Joker. Now you've kind of got to ask the question, why? Why such hyper-specific experiments to lead to such complicated outcomes, all inevitably to get to this? To break Bruce down to make him the ultimate weapon. Well, it's because Bruce isn't the endgame. This is the endgame. These aren't torture methods. These are active experiments, all to make Joker the devil of Gotham. Not only to help him get out of this state, which I do think he is currently stuck to, but to give Bane an actual challenge. Because, spoiler alert, I don't think this and these are the same person. Right, they're the same person, not the same body. As with how well Edward Nigma's experiment went, I do think Joker is able to protrude his brain into another body to keep the business going in this universe. But I think this is the original body. And this is just the subconscious body that he lends his brain into so he can get shit done and over with. I can't imagine that would be an all-round good thing for him to constantly go through. So he wants to help fix his original body, which is where Harvey's experiment would come in. The burns on his body aren't meant to be burnt permanently. I think Bane's going to be using Dent and Oswald as just some sort of, regenerative factor. Experimenting on them to see if he can inevitably heal them and then probably kill them later on down the line to help the Joker's body get to a more normal state. Turning your body into this, which obviously has aspects of all of them to some degree. If we go with the regenerative factor aspect of this theory, we can see his body is clearly fixed up a bit. There are obvious signs that the human growth hormone, Bane's venom, and Killer Croc's experiment are all intrigued in this. His body's substantially bigger and more muscular than it's ever been. It's got reptile functions all across his body, from the tail to the tongue to the fucked up looking mouth to the horns to the, I can't remember what the back spikes are called. Clearly Killer Croc is in this, and then Bane's venom is obviously in here. Look at Bane. Look at Bane's an absolute Bane. Look what would happen to Bruce if he ever took venom. It's that. But then we get to Edward, and I think the idea of turning the original body into the absolute Joker would make a lot more sense if he's still able to put his consciousness into his original body and keep it in the new body, so he can still keep business flow as it is throughout Gotham, while still being the devil that looms over it. It's just a theory. Follow me, help me get to 5k.